And I'm looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm gonna mess up the way. Certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. You're still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like with Jeffrey Epstein.
A lot of good it did me. My heart is with Cassie. She and all the women that testified had to sit on the stand while the world has debated their credibility and worth.
50 Cent has just broken his silence on the explosive verdict in Diddy's trial. After months of shocking testimonies, 34 witnesses, and 2 intense federal raids, the long-awaited judgment in the Shah Combs case is finally here. The court found Diddy guilty of transporting his former girlfriends Cassie and Jane for unlawful purposes, but cleared him of the heavier charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking. Although he managed to dodge the RICO charge, Diddy still faces up to 20 years behind bars.
Bit of a commotion outside the courthouse. Sean Combs' mother just returned here. She is walked in just a second ago, said she is feeling good because her son was acquitted of the most serious charges that he faced, sexting and racketeering conspiracy, both of which could have sent him to prison for life. He was convicted, though, of transportation to engage in prostitution, and that charge could put him in prison for up to 20 years, although it's not expected he would get that much time. What we're waiting for now is the judge to decide whether Combs can be released on bail while he awaits his sentencing. He offered to put up $1 million. He put up his homes in Miami and Los Angeles. They're certainly opulent. The jury, the judge, everybody saw pictures of them. And the judge said he would convene a hearing later this afternoon to determine if Combs should be released.
50 Cent's long-standing feud with Diddy is far from over. In fact, it's about to hit a whole new level. The rapper and mogul is currently producing a Netflix documentary series titled Did He Do It?, which is expected to drop by the end of 2025. According to 50 Cent, the series will expose crimes and secrets that never even came up during Diddy's trial. He claims he's been gathering receipts and evidence for decades, and soon the world will finally see everything he's uncovered.
Fuck haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
Oh, that's why it's only business. It was really away from that. I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because
It's not your scene.
it's not my stuff.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, "Yo, I'll take you shopping." Like, and I'm like, "What you mean?" Like, that's something you say to a woman attracted to me.
Right.
It's just weird. And now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards, or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is towards you. And when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter. Like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, "Yo, nah, I gotta spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this." And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable.
No one has been on Diddy's case longer than 50 Cent. Their feud goes back decades long before the recent trial ever made headlines. Allegedly, the tension between them began after Diddy once asked 50 to go shopping with him, which 50 instantly turned down. According to rumors, 50 took the invite as something more than just friendly, especially since whispers about Diddy's sexuality were already circulating in the industry at the time.
You got close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not shit. Stop it, brother. You set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, you know, like, stop. Let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think's happening in the middle?
I don't know what's going on. Because it was like, he was like, "Yo, you hot now. Now we gotta hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out. Yeah. He said, "I don't know, man. I'll take you shopping and I get you some flash. You can give me the hood shit." And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm gonna mess up the way. Certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway.
All these years, you've been the only one calling this out.
No, I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They say that you're a hater. They say you're crazy.
Yeah, and now everybody's complaining about it.
One person who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. You're still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like with Jeffrey Epstein.
50 Cent is now weighing in on the Diddy verdict, and his response has everyone talking.
He posted a picture of him smiling, wrote the caption, "Diddy beat the real." That boy a bad man. He like the gay John Gotti. Hey, yo, chill. Then he posted this one. He said, "Diddy just told me to tell y'all don't worry about him. He gonna hold it down." I'm not gonna lie, it seemed like 50 Cent happy that Diddy didn't go to jail. As much as he don't like Diddy, I don't think he wanted to really see him in jail doing life.
The only reason 50 Cent can openly go after Diddy is because he knows Diddy has nothing on him. 50 has no skeletons in his closet. In an industry packed with Diddy's former associates, he's one of the few who chose integrity over fame and wild parties. While others stay silent, afraid their own connections to Diddy might resurface. 50 kept his distance from anything that could tarnish his name or principles.
Worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
Just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way. Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up.
I don't got that shit in my past.
Everybody got a little
I
bit.
took
Not that it's real enough.
I took the pill, but it was for me to perform that. Or to remember what. I didn't fucking give her a drink so she forget what the happened. What the is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drinks. I gave me the performance. So if you can remember and possibly love me for that. Did it work? What the yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm just saying, you said the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. Well, I don't know why it's so hard for people
So
to
for people to feel like you would have something or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you were doing it too, this is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues and what a celebrity's issues would.
Wait, what is that?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip hop culture could think that everybody in hip hop culture is with that.
Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else. Like, I didn't make the allegations, I didn't tell people to say these. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way he would present the idea of going
to come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from just that long.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like, I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them. It's a long time, to be honest with you. Like, when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying. I was going with, like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like, while the Buffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. You know, so I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is that those accusations are crazy.
Diddy is facing a maximum sentence of 20 years in federal prison for the charges against him. However, with multiple counts of the same offense, that number could easily increase. The final decision rests entirely with the judge. And if the court decides to go hard on him, Diddy could very well end up spending the rest of his life behind bars.
There's a big question as to where he's going to go. Some people think he's going to go to a minimum security facility, and other people say he's not eligible. And I agree, because it's a sex crime.
Prosecutors have said in their filing yesterday that it's a crime of violence. We'll see how it goes down when it goes to sentencing. But
you know what? Hold on. I know we don't have a lot of time. Here's something nobody's pointed out. That judge can hit him what's called relevant conduct, where they could actually sentence and enhance him for things that he either was acquitted of, found not guilty of, based on the conduct of what he did. So he may get more time.
The judge has a lot of discretion here. You know, there's no minimum. Max is 10. There's been talk about would he even go past the guidelines, because you're talking about multiple instances of transportation engagement prostitution and two victims.
Relevant conduct allows the judge to do that.
Right.
The defense will say he just discretion, but he really didn't, because the judge has all the discretion he wants.
That's 100%. That's why he's going to need as much information from a pre-investigation report. Let me ask you this. If he goes to prison, he's sentenced to prison, he was acquitted of racketeering, he was acquitted of trafficking, but he was convicted of transportation to engage in prostitution. Does he walk in a king, or does he walk in a pariah? How do other inmates look at him if he was acquitted?
You know what? He was acquitted on some charges.
Yeah.
People win. I mean, on multiple counts, people sometimes get things dismissed all the time. Fact is, he's no better than anyone else. He's a convicted felon.
But he's going to get the maximum. The judge will give him the maximum, just like they gave O.J. Simpson the maximum in Vegas, because he got off Simpson in L.A. when he clearly killed these two people. And then when he got a second crack at him on a minor beef, relatively, of theft, they sentenced him to heavy time. So Diddy will go to prison, and he should. He's evil. And I say that because I just wrote a book called Confronting Evil.
Yeah,
he used narcotics and violence to coerce people to do what he wanted. That's evil. Sorry.
Go ahead, Stephen.
Now, back to Trump.
Well, hold on. Stephen wants to weigh in on what you just said. Go ahead.
No.
Okay.
Only thing I want to weigh in, I don't want to castigate the entire culture. I'm tired of, we see pictures of a few bad apples conducting themselves in very disgusting manners and thinking that that's the entire industry. I'm a guy that was raised in the hip-hop industry. I know an abundance of hip-hop artists and beyond who have never engaged in, never been accused of, never would think of putting themselves in the kind of positions.
Diddy's fans and legal team are calling the verdict a major victory. He managed to beat two of the most serious charges he was up against. Reportedly, when Diddy heard the decision, he bowed his head, then stood and began clapping in relief. Shocking to many is how, despite overwhelming evidence and testimony from more than 34 witnesses, he still walked away from the worst charges. Even with physical proof and videos allegedly showing him involved in criminal acts, Diddy somehow managed to slip through once again.
I have a big update right now. Remember how we were just saying this is the best possible outcome for the defense? Combs agrees and the defense agrees. Combs, after being led out by marshals, as he was being led out, he knelt down in front of his chair and bowed his head down as if he was praying. When he stood up, he faced the gallery and he began to clap, prompting the gallery to clap and cheer. Combs' attorneys, they all exchanged hugs, and the gallery continued to cheer for him. I mean, what a moment in that courtroom.
Well, the verdict is in. Sean Diddy Combs has been convicted on 2 counts of transportation of his ex-girlfriends to engage in prostitution, but cleared of the most serious charges against him. The music mogul has been found not guilty of racketeering conspiracy and 2 counts of trafficking. The charges he has been found guilty of are connected to his 2 former partners, including singer Cassie Ventura and a former girlfriend being referred to as Jade. In the U.S., it is a crime to knowingly transport any person with the intent that they engage in prostitution or illegal sexual activity. The 12-person jury deliberated for 3 days before reaching the verdict. The maximum penalty for each of the 2 guilty counts is 10 years in prison plus a fine.
How you doing? Not bad. How are you?
Anything you want the public to know?
Not yet. We'll be saying something soon. We're hopeful that ultimately he receives a substantial sentence for what he's done, and we're pleased that Cassie's brought to light everything that has happened in this trial. I just spoke with her and with the U.S. Attorney's Office team, and she's in a good place. She's pleased that again that the jury has found him liable, or guilty of two federal crimes.
It's absolutely a win. The defense took a really big gamble going to trial on this case. Really, any time that a defendant chooses to go to trial against the federal government, it's a big gamble. They have a lot in their favor, and it really paid off for Combs.
Today's a great victory. It's a great victory for Sean Combs. It's a great victory for the jury system. You saw that the Southern District of New York prosecutors came at him with all that they had. They're not stopping, but one thing stands between all of us and a prison, and that is a jury of 12 citizens. And we had a wonderful jury. They listened to every word, and they got the situation right. They're certainly right enough. They acquitted him of the second, which he was absolutely innocent of. They acquitted him of the racketeering conspiracy that he was absolutely innocent of, and all of the components to it. The kidnapping, he was innocent of that. The arson, he was innocent of that. The obstructing justice, he was innocent of that. And that is no longer just me saying that. That is the verdict